Distinguished guests, heads of delegation, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this session this morning, where we'll be looking at leveraging the power of ICTs for women entrepreneurship. My name is Wilson Muyenzi. I'm the project coordinator of the 50 Million Women Speak project at the East African Community in Arusha, Tanzania. We're going to be starting our session with a quick video on a platform called the 50 Million African Women Speak project platform to set the stage for our discussions this morning.
Women play a critical role in the development of African economies. However, existing and potential women entrepreneurs continue to face gender-specific barriers, such as limited access to information on financial and non-financial services, networking opportunities, as well as limited business training opportunities, among others. The 50 Million African Women Speak Networking Platform project is a game-changing initiative to create a digital platform dedicated to the empowering of women entrepreneurs across the African continent by providing a one-stop shop for them to access business information, build networks, find markets for their goods and services, and benefit from capacity-building initiatives.
I certainly believe that this creation of this platform is a very practical way of speaking to the agenda, the general agenda of empowering women. I think a lot has been said, and I think we have to come to a stage where we now have practical solutions.
The world is moving to digital, and we would like to see this opportunity, this project, to showcase of what our women entrepreneurs are able to do.
It's come at a great time because, first of all, it's digital, and it means that we'll be able to reach many women, far out. So what this digital platform means is that we'll have one hub where every woman will be able to find funding, to find information about funding, to be able to network with other women.
We'll be able to provide women with opportunities beyond their imagination. Women who have graduated from national level as business women, they go out and trade again with COMESA and ECOWAS. This is something which they have never thought before.
I'm excited as an expert in ICT. I'm excited as a beneficiary of the platform. I'm excited as a business person. And I'm excited also that we're going to interact or bring together various women from different backgrounds, helping women that probably haven't had hope that there could be a better tomorrow in their business. You've just made their dream come true.
The African businesswoman is key to the future of the African continent. The 50 Million African Women Speak networking platform is both the gateway and the key, unlocking this future right now.
Go ahead. Thank you very much. This morning we're going to be having a panel discussion, a panel session. But I urge you to stick around because a little bit later at 11:15, we'll have a press conference where the 50 Million African Women Speak platform will be officially unveiled and launched. So please join us later on at 11:15 at the press conference room, and you'll know more about this platform. Right now, I'd like to invite the moderator of the panel session, Madam Mudli Lohini, who is a partner at the McKinsey & Company, and she'll take over. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome. This is a topic that's close to my heart, and it's very encouraging to see the 50 Million Speak initiative that we've just seen the video for. Before I introduce the panel, let me invite up our esteemed panelists. I would like to welcome Ms. Beatrice Hamusonde. She is the COMESA Director General for Social Affairs. She leads COMESA's gender mainstreaming and women empowerment strategies. I would like to invite up Ms. Mary Makofu. She's the Director of Social Sectors for the East Africa Secretariat, based in Tanzania, and has over 20 years of experience in the social development sector. Mr. Idris Mohammed, a citizen of Nigeria and an officer of the Federal Ministry for Women Affairs in Nigeria. Ms. Patricia Ruzibuka. Ms. Patricia is a founder of a clothing project which helps to empower vulnerable women. It's based in Kigali, and it's about developing women entrepreneurs. So Ms. Patricia, please come on. And lastly, Ms. Nene Nwabufo, Acting Director General for the African Development Bank, East Africa Regional Development and Delivery. So thank you very much for joining me on stage. As I said, this is a topic that is very, very close to my heart. It's one about how do we leverage technology to drive economic development and growth, but also how do we use technology to empower women. We actually launched a new report this morning called Power of Parity. If you haven't seen it yet, I would encourage you to get it. One of the areas of action that we actually point to is technology and the use of technology to deliver services to women, but also to help to create opportunities for women, particularly for women-owned businesses in terms of accessing markets, accessing information, accessing skills, particularly as it's difficult for women to travel. We also note in the report that there's a double-edged sword, because what we have seen is that Africa lags most other regions when it comes to digital inclusion of women. So there's a gender divide. Women are less digitally included than men today. And in fact, what we've seen is that there's been a decline over the last 4 years in the digital inclusion of women. So I think I'm looking forward to the discussion today and to what our panelists have to share about the challenges that women face, but also what are some of the strategies that we can adopt to reduce this divide and to create economic opportunities for women. So Ms. Priscilla, if I could start with you. Being a woman entrepreneur and a social entrepreneur at that, it would be great if you could share some of the challenges that you believe women entrepreneurs are facing in their day-to-day activities.
Thank you. First of all, I'm very glad to be here and hearing of all these big things that are coming up for women entrepreneurs, because I feel like this is what has been missing. As a young woman entrepreneur myself, I've noticed that the challenges most of us are facing is access to that information that will help us move to the next level. Most of the channels used to give out this information are not accessible to the women, especially those in the humble backgrounds, that yes, maybe she has a smartphone, but all she can do is WhatsApp, you know? She doesn't know how to Google information, she doesn't know where to get any other information that will support her business. So my number one challenge, myself and other women, has been access to that adequate information timely to make sure that you get the information when you actually need it. Secondly, it's been, I think, a shift of mindset that's happening now, but in the few years ago, it wasn't there. Most women were technology shy, you know. When you tell them something is on a platform, then you have just turned them off because they'll never go to that platform, they'll never access that. Financial transactions have always been cash. So when you introduce M-Pesa and all other platforms that can ease business, it's been a little bit of a limit because they're afraid to face that. We're not as fast as men in taking risks, maybe, and that has been a limitation. And thirdly, I think it's a society thing that women have been regarded, you know, they'll come after. We'll do this and they will join. But it's changing, and I'm glad to be in a generation where things are moving fast, women are stepping up, and we're able to face these challenges in a bold way. Thank you.
Thank you. So a number of challenges: access to information, getting the information on time. The mindset of technology can be helpful to me, but also, even if I have the technology, how do I use it? What's my digital literacy? What are the skills and capabilities I need to really make use of the platforms, of the technologies that are available? If I could turn to Ms. Beatrice and ask you about what are some of the strategies you recommend to deal with the challenges that have been mentioned, to encourage the use of digital technologies.
Thank you very much, Madam Moderator. Good morning, delegates. We believe that digital technology offers great opportunities for women entrepreneurs. We know about the challenges that my sister Priscilla has highlighted. And because we are aware about these challenges, there are also strategies that we have come up with to address the challenges that women are facing. We need to ensure that we address the social norms. The social norms that act as barriers to women's access to digital technologies. You know, when you talk about social norms, the women and girls largely are the ones that are affected. You know, they are not in ICTs, as she mentioned. We need to promote education and training for women and girls so that they can become literate in digital technologies, how to use the platforms, how to use internet, how to use various ICT tools. We also know that sometimes, she mentioned that sometimes it's lack of information on existing platforms. We have platforms that exist. One of them is the 50 million platform that you have just seen in the video and on the brochures that have been distributed. We need to ensure that women get to know about this platform. That will enable them to share information, network with one another, and build their businesses or start their businesses. Women also need, you know, women, when a woman has information, a woman is a family person, a woman is a community person, a woman is a national person. They do not hide information, they share it. When a woman accesses information, it becomes a community of women with access to information. So ensuring that women have this knowledge about the platforms and what the platform offers is critical. That is at the individual level of a woman. At the level of enabling environment, You know, ICTs are implemented by different stakeholders, public, private, and civil society. They provide services on digital technologies. These need to ensure that the programs, the services that they are implementing are inclusive. Infrastructure, if we look at most African countries, especially in rural areas, does the infrastructure exist in rural areas? Is there connectivity? Is the connection of internet quick? Can they access in a timely manner and quick? What about the cost for internet, the cost for data, and even cost for the devices that they use? So service providers need to address those challenges that make women lag behind. We need to have access to electricity in most of the African countries. Providers, policymakers, the strategies that they will use is to ensure that the policies are inclusive and the services are available in rural areas as well as in far-flung areas where connectivity is difficult. In terms of content, I come to content now. The platforms that we are developing, or the platforms that exist, they need to be attractive. How do they become attractive? They need to be there to solve problems that women are facing. If a platform does not solve problems, it does not offer solutions, then the women will not use it. We need to ensure that the women demand for information on these platforms. Actually, at this stage, I need to mention that when we started the 50 Million African Women platform, defining it and making sure that we design it, the women, we had a study that we conducted. And the women that participated in the study, they said that they were thirsty for information, very thirsty for information. Information was not there. So this platform is answering to the questions or the challenges that the women access information. We also know that most of them have challenges in terms of using internet, but we are alive to the fact that we also need to bring young people into the forum so that young people can help their mothers. Young people can help their sisters.